Hi everybody, or just Dr. Tennyson, however you're doing this right here. I am surprisingly shocked to say that this is my first video of this entire class, which is shocking really, as I said, because it's the last week of this semester. And also, Dr. Tennyson, I'm really banking on this being my last video presentation ever, because I don't intend to do this to you during the summer. So I am doing my presentation with Thomas and Thomas over the Frisco RoughRiders baseball program. And this is the first time I've ever done a video presentation where we were all three videoing in. So needless to say, I am unsure of how fluent this is going, but best of luck, and we'll just start from here. So I am presenting to you the sale analysis for Premier Group seating tickets, which you can get through the Rough Rider baseball program. It's one of their big promotions. And rather than doing a sales pitch, which would require you to interact with this YouTube link, I'm just going to do the analysis of how you should sell it or how it should be approached in the selling method. So to start, I'm just going to go through the PowerPoint as you go through the PowerPoint. That way we can just kind of work through it together. To start, for what the customer gets with these tickets. To start, you obviously get great tickets with all of your friends, and that's a main point. But you get the best available seats for the entire group. So whether you have 10 people or 50 people, you are going to get the best seats in the house wherever you can all fit together. They don't want to split you guys up. So for this group, you have to have at least 10 people, but you can have up to however many you'd like to bring in the group, okay? You should know that. So secondly, you also get meal vouchers for each member within your party, and the voucher gets you a meal basket of whatever you'd like from the concession stand, and that also comes with a drink, obviously. You can put a group name up if you're bringing a corporation event, or if it's maybe just some friends, or if it's a school that's doing this, you have your group name and it will be featured on the Rider vision board throughout the game, which is really neat and great if you're trying to get your name out there and market. Finally, you also get unlimited popcorn, peanuts, and Dr. Pepper products throughout the entire game. So if you are hungry and you like baseball and you've got friends, this is the place for you, I promise. So secondly, for the pricing, the event tickets for a Premier Group ticket seating is they start off at just $22.50 per person. They can go higher depending on the level of things you want to add to your group and what they get meal-wise and stuff, but it starts at $22.50 per person. And then when you go to make the reservation, there is a 10% deposit required just for starting. And then, as I said before, you only get a minimum of 10 people in each group. Let's see if I can move on here without losing this video. Okay, so in my opinion, your target market for this selling approach would be I really like the idea of selling it to athletic directors, and I originally had said that about university athletic directors because I know that Connor Smith does a little bit here at DBU, but you can actually do high school, you could do any kind of athletic director. And the reason I say that first is because so often, my example with, let's say, Connor Smith here at DBU would be to sell it to them, and they might be like, man, you know what? Let me do a staff appreciation night, or let me take a donor appreciation night out. Let me take the coaches out for a night. Let me take the baseball team out, whatever it may be. But athletic directors just have so many people that work with them and that network through them, or maybe they're just trying to give the donors a nice treat because of what they do for our programs here at Dallas Baptist. I don't know, but I thought that was a great starting leeway to who to approach and who to try to sell this night to. Secondly, is hospital CEOs or anybody in the hospitals. I know one of our players actually has a granddad who's pretty big time in a hospital, and his hospital gives their tickets to American Airlines all the time out to people, whether it's Stars games, Mavs games, concerts, whatever it may be. So I think that approaching hospital CEOs or whoever would be in charge of buying these tickets to give to their nurses or to their doctors or just some friends or whatever it may be, I think that's a smart approach as well. Third is Little League commissioners. How Little League commissioners are who give people tickets out all the time for their kids and their families. Approaching them this way, obviously it's a baseball game. They would enjoy it. So I would probably start with the Little League commissioners. There's got to be at least 5 different commissioners throughout Frisco, Plano, Allen, all that area that are totally willing to drive a little bit to get to the RoughRiders games. So I really like that idea and that approach on trying to sell some out to them, because they'll be more than happy to give them out to their players, and it doesn't cost them but so much. They can easily just make one night out of it and get the return back in just favors. Fourth, I have on here corporate leaders. Very vague, but it's just such a broad spectrum you could reach. You could reach people from AT&T, people high up that, like I said again, that want to give their employees a night off, or they want to take people or investors out for the night. I mean, if it's a big, large group of people, this is the place you want to be. It's a fun night. Who doesn't love baseball? Who doesn't love food? I mean, it's peanuts and popcorn and Dr. Pepper. It's like the Texas dream. So it's the place to take. In my opinion, I love the idea of giving it to athletic directors, the hospitals, the commissioners, and the corporate leaders. Whatever the corporation may be, I just feel like so many can give tickets out to their employees or staff or however they'd like to approach it. My selling approach on this is with the Connor Smith idea or example. You're trying to sell the idea of being a giver. You're trying to approach that athletic director or that hospital CEO and say, you know what, if you buy this night, like your staff or your friends or your investors or employees are truly going to love the fact that you're willing to do that for them. And you're just trying to sell the idea of being a giver. And that sounds crazy, but I think that if you reach people that way and say, look, you know, your staff does a lot for you, or these donors are about to bring a lot to you, maybe you should take them out for a night. I think that's a great approach. You're also trying to sell entertainment, because although these are all my 4 big ideas are to give to people, to just give out to their superiors or their lowers or friends, whatever, there's also a big slot for, it's only 10 people you have to take. A lot of people have more than 10 people as friends. So you can also just sell it as an entertainment gig. Like, hey, you want 15 people to go to the game, you got all these couples or your friends or whatever, or your college team, you know, rather than let's each buying our own ticket and then each buying our own dinner, let's do a group sale, let's do a premier group ticket package together. Saves them money, and it's a fun night for everybody. So you can also sell it that way as an entertainment pitch. You're selling fun. It's a baseball game. Like I said, it's an American dream night. I mean, Friday night, whichever night you may choose. It's a good night of baseball and food and friends, and that's how you should sell it. It has to be very laid back, very easygoing, and I just feel like it's a baseball game. You shouldn't have to oversell it. It's not something you have to talk someone really into, and these are only $22.50, like I said, per person, and only 10% down. So it's a really fun thing, and I think the only way and the best way to approach this selling point is to just be very calm, very laid back, and you're just selling a fun night. You're not trying to sell the farm, okay? But yeah, that is my pitch on how you should sell the group tickets. They're even premier tickets, like I said, so you do get the best seats in the house as much as they can get for you. So yeah, that is how I would approach the sale, and if you have any objections or questions, feel free to call me. Okay, bye.